You know that line, explain it to me like a child? Well, Robinson Helicopter Company does that exact thing every single year on STEM Day. STEM Day is the day where nearly 200 students from the Torrance Unified School District visit the Robinson Helicopter Factory at the Torrance Airport to learn about aviation engineering, manufacturing, how pilots plan their flights, and the science behind vertical lift aircraft. Ideally, some of these young people will leave inspired to pursue careers in aviation. With the Torrance Airport Association's 8th annual STEM Day at Robinson as a perfectly educational backdrop, let's skip the jargon and learn how helicopters fly in simple terms anyone can understand. We've got a helicopter expert, and to do this right, we've got a child. My child, in fact.
How do helicopter controls work?
There are three main functions, three main pilot controls that the pilot uses to control it. You have the cyclic, which controls your forward and backward, as well as left and right. You see how the swatch plate is moving? Those changes in pitch and your cyclic controls impart that into the main rotor itself. Your pedals, your feet, that will control the left and right yaw of the helicopter there. Because it's spinning this way, the helicopter would want to nose right. Therefore, we have a tail rotor on our helicopters to counteract that right force. There's also a third one, the collective, goes up and down. This controls the up and down of the aircraft.
So how does the helicopter actually fly?
So compared to a fixed wing plane where they require to be at speed to generate lift off the wings, we can produce our own lift with the spinning of the blades. Also, by tilting the blades, the pitch of the blades, so you increase the pitch of the blades on the backside, decrease on the front, it can tilt forward and the helicopter will follow with it. So if you want to go left, the helicopter will follow with it, and based on the pitches of the main rotor blades.
How fast do the blades spin?
At the tip edge is about 700 feet per second, so they spin really fast.
What happens if the engine stops while you're flying?
If the engine stops when you're flying, we don't fall like a rock, like contrary to popular belief. We actually use the downflow of the air as we're going down to drive the main rotors. Same way like a pinwheel fan in a windy day.
So a helicopter can glide?
They can glide. We can't glide as far as a fixed-wing plane, but we can land at any spot we choose due to the auto rotation.
Okay, so even though helicopters are complicated machines, it is possible to explain the fundamentals in simple terms anyone can understand. Which begs the question, what did our STEM Day attendees learn from their day at the helicopter factory?
What I learned, that we use multiple satellites in coherence to find our exact GPS location.
I was talking to a guy earlier and he taught me that pilots actually don't need to see out the window when they fly.
I can't, but some pilots can.
The bar bending was really cool to see how using math can just find out how much pressure is on there. That's really cool.
Okay, bar bending is cool. How cool is it compared to that helicopter that's taking off right now?
That's cooler.
When I walked in, I saw the manufacturing plants, and that was I didn't know they manufactured aerospace related things on site at the airport.
I'm a middle-aged man, but I'm still really distracted by cool flying things. Is there anything that has surprised you today?
Honestly, I would say probably the GPS thing. I used to wonder, I would ask my mom oh, I don't know how those work. They explained it pretty well, so it seemed relatively simple, obviously not in how it actually works, but just in understanding it.
This is STEM Day. Tell me about STEM.
I am very interested in STEM because I think it's really interesting that you can build stuff and engineer stuff and create stuff. There's more than just the flying. There's a lot of aspects that go into the flying. You need people to make you need people to program it. You need people to do all this and this and this, and there's so much other STEM related stuff you can do besides flying.
What are you guys studying in school? And then how do you think that relates to a job in a place like this?
I'm studying algebra right now, and it helps problem solve.
I'm currently taking principles of engineering. Last year I took intro to engineering. And with all the building and the constructing and really just implementations and design, I feel like it's definitely something that is very creative. When you come here, you're really able to express that creativity.
I'm taking AP Environmental Science, and I've been mixing my engineering and that one together. It's been very fun.
That's the most interesting part, is when you have a skill and then you combine it with another interest.
Yes.
And it makes a new thing.
Yes.
But all of that's possible through the power of STEM.
STEM.
Have you thought about what you want to be when you grow up?
Kind of, like an engineer.
I want to be either a doctor or I want to be an engineer.
I want to be an astronaut.
Whoa, okay. Are there any jobs here that you could see yourself doing?
Any jobs? I want to go into aerospace, so this is all like super entertaining to me. The design and manufacturing.
If you had to choose one of the jobs from the people here, what job would you choose?
I'll probably choose like flying in a helicopter.
Yeah.
You get so much freedom with a helicopter.
I agree. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Honestly, engineer. Seeing where my mind can go and really just not putting limits onto myself.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to do some type of engineering, but I'm not entirely sure what yet.
Gotcha. So
I'll
it could be
decide.
a lot of different disciplines.
Yeah, it could
but
be like mechanical, chemical, aerospace. I'm not sure.
you know where they need all those skills?
Sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
The big takeaway from STEM Day is that the world of aviation is filled with dream jobs, each built on a foundation of science, technology, engineering, and math. And as aviation technology continues to evolve, there's room for bright new minds to fill roles as engineers, mechanics, and pilots. So take note, young people, with focus, commitment, and a good education, an amazing career in aviation is absolutely within reach.